Welcome back, students. Now let's discuss evolutionary agents. The 5 agents that may bring about change in allele or genotype proportions are mutation, gene flow, non-random mating, genetic drift in small populations, and the pressures of natural selection. Evolutionary biologists quantify reproductive success as fitness, the number of surviving offspring left in the next generation. The most fit phenotype is simply the one that produces, on average, the greatest number of offspring. Mutation is the ultimate source of genetic variation, and thus makes evolution possible. Gene flow is the movement of alleles from one population to another. If the characteristics of the newly arrived individual differ from those of the animals already there, and if the newcomer is adapted well enough to the new area to survive and mate successfully, the genetic composition of the receiving population may be altered. Assortive mating, in which phenotypically similar individuals mate, is a type of non-random mating that causes the frequencies of particular genotypes to differ greatly from those predicted by the Hardy-Weinberg principle. Phenotypically similar individuals are likely to be genetically similar, and thus are also more likely to produce offspring with 2 copies of the same allele. By contrast, disassortive mating, in which phenotypically different individuals mate, produces an excess of heterozygotes. Allele frequency may change drastically. If the gametes of only a few individuals form the next generation, the alleles they carry may not be representative of the parent population from which they are drawn, as illustrated in Figure 1D. In this example, a small number of individuals are removed from a jar. By chance, most of the individuals removed are red, so the 4th generation has a much lower population of red individuals than the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd generations had. Sometimes harmful alleles may increase in frequency in small populations, despite selective disadvantage, and favorable alleles may be lost, even though they are selectively advantageous. Occasionally, a few individuals become the founders of a new population. These pioneers are not likely to carry all the alleles present in the source population. Thus, some alleles may be lost from the new population, and others may change in frequency. Previously rare alleles in the source population may be a significant fraction of the new population's genetic endowment. This phenomenon is called the founder effect. Some individuals leave behind more progeny than others, and the rate at which they do so is affected by phenotype and behavior. In artificial selection, a breeder selects for the desired characteristics. In natural selection, environmental conditions determine which individuals in a population produce the most offspring. Natural selection works by favoring individuals with some traits over individuals with alternative ones. Because of their phenotype or behavior, some individuals are more successful than others in producing offspring. Not all variation has a genetic basis. Even genetically identical individuals may be phenotypically quite distinctive if they grow up in different environments. Suppose that in a population of cats, 2 phenotypes exist, black and white. Suppose further, black cats leave 6 offspring in the next generation, but white cats leave only 3. By custom, the most fit phenotype is assigned a fitness value of 1, and other phenotypes are expressed as relative proportions. In this case, the fitness of the black phenotype would be 6/6, or 1. And the fitness of a white phenotype would be 3/6, 0.5. The difference in fitness would therefore be 1 minus 0.5, 0.5. A difference in fitness of 0.5 is large. Natural selection, in this case, strongly favors the black phenotype. Assuming differences in color have a genetic basis, we would expect alleles for the white phenotype to disappear from the population. Selection may operate in some individuals, are more successful than in others in attracting mates. Selection with respect to mating success is termed sexual selection. Fitness is a combination of survival, mating success, and number of offspring per mating. 5 factors can bring about deviation from the predicted Hardy-Weinberg genotype frequencies: mutation, gene flow, non-random mating, and genetic drift can affect the course of evolution. Fitness is defined by an organism's reproductive success relative to other members of its population. This success is determined by how long it survives, how often it mates, and how many surviving offspring it produces per mating. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you again in Lecture 7. Thank you.